O'Hara's lost it, going on to the Wellington through the loop. Got his time on the board already though, which Vaporizer has just gone unbeaten. So Vaporizer now on provisional pole, 127.4.
Currently on board with Troy. He just finished off his Sector 1. Like I said, current championship leader. Had some really strong results over the last couple of weeks. Manages to get onto the podium pretty much every single week. We had Vaporizer now doing it 3 weeks in a row. It was, I think it was Spa, Austria, and Imola where he went onto the podium. So he is on for a really good streak, and with him currently being on pole position, he's trying to make it 4 in a row. But here comes Troy now through the very long right hander on towards the last chicane. Easy to lose the car and exit. You don't want to run too wide. Getting on the curb, he does it nicely, gets a good exit on towards the line, and he puts it on pole position. 2/10 quicker than Vaporizer, so 1:27.2 so far, the time to beat.
Yeah. Vaporizer will be looking to come out and do that a little bit later on. He's certainly in with a chance of it, I would imagine. A couple of the other guys we want to keep an eye out for. Volcano Master when he comes back out onto the track after that collision with Matt. Potentially we'll be looking at Konzo as well, and I'm gonna throw a curveball. The other McLaren tonight, the reserve of Hasmania, is a bit of a dark horse in qualifying, so keep an eye out. I didn't see his performance last night, so I don't know how he's going to do. But
you love a bit of Hasmania, so I don't mind. Commentated on him on AU3 last season, so yeah, I wish him a very good race. Currently puts in the 8th time so far with 1:28.0.
yeah,
Let's see, I was on board with the Alfa Romeo and P18 Valentine, but he invalidated. Is he gonna go again though? Or is this just unfortunate about it? I think he's going again as he's pushing. Oh, and he lost it. So that's definitely not going to be a very good time.
That's going to be a new set of tyres, please. Let's have a look. Who else is out at the moment? We've got Hawkey and Konzo on their out laps. Hawkey, he's had a rough season so far, I think, hasn't he? And you've seen more of him than I have.
To be fair,
challenging for the EU2 title last season.
I haven't seen him driving that often, so yeah, there's a little bit of a
yeah, he was challenging for the EU2 title, of course, last time out.
Yep.
And found the jump up a little bit difficult. So he's hanging on in there. Let's see what he can do on his first flying run. So I'm going to ride on board, heading down towards Abbey now. Can't run wide through farm and village. Now the left-hander of the loop. And onto the Wellington straight. Down into Brooklands now, scene of an infamous overtake by Cos's own Nick Gilks earlier this season, which has gained him much acclaim. Through Luffield then onto the old start-finish straight towards Copse Corner. 90-degree right-hander taken at around 180 miles an hour. Just cuts the inside a little bit too much there. And invalidates the run into Maggots and Beckett's now. Changes down through Beckett's.
And I don't see it that often that people invalidate by cutting it on the inside. Normally it's running wide on the outside.
He was really close, to be fair to him. He was right on the edge, so keeping that invalid. Through Stowe then at the end of the hanger straight, and now into Woodcote and Club. Back around, and it's a 28.1. It would have put him just ahead of Rack in P10, but as it stands, not going to count, so let's go again.
Oh, we've got Dresset He is raiding us with 12 people. So you'll absolutely love to see it. Dress your hero.
Ah,
Which means
Andreas, yes.
we've got 24 people watching right now. Like, Dan, you're doing AU4 with Matty, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I can't blame you, but the ones commentating on AU3 now, they just get bonus people because me and Lewis build up the fan base for the Tuesday nights. It's like people need to transfer to the Thursday night where all the action is happening now. Normally we're doing it below 10 people, which is an absolute shame because the racing is great on the Thursday and it's effectively the quickest people driving. So happy to see a high number again, although we just dropped down to 5. Never mind.
Shame. But the 5 that are here, they're the super fans.
Absolute heroes.
Yeah. They're the new Dominics, that's what they are.
Ooh, Volcano puts it on pole position. We just caught the end of his lap.
Nice.
127.0. So
27.0.
I assume we're going to dip into those 126s towards the end of the session.
Maybe. Troyer's coming out for his second lap. We've got Pera and Nilj as well on a lap right now.
Oh, we've got Saucy. He lost it last corner.
Yeah, I think from the other races I've seen this week and been a part of course, the 3 points we're going to see people struggle. It's the final corner, so club back onto the Hamilton straight.
Wait. Is it called Hamilton Straight?
It's the Sir Lewis Hamilton start finish straight.
No way.
Yeah.
I refuse to say that. I can't say that.
Do you know, I said to Cavey once that if it was me, I'd be annoyed I got a straight and not a corner.
Ooh.
And do you know what he said to me in response?
Do I want to know? Does everyone on the live stream want to know this?
Oh, it's Cavey, and anyone who knows Cavey will know that this response is going to be gold. He said to me, yeah, do you know what, Dan, you've got a point there, but I'd rather go down the Hamilton Straight than fly through the Gate chicane.
Which is a good point though, valid argument.
I find
you
it
don't.
very wrong. But yeah.
It's a shame Cavey's not here.
Cavey. He's moved to Cyprus now. He's living his best life.
Yeah, true. Very good point as well. Ooh, we were on board with Haas. He ran wide and he's now into the pit, so that's his run over. And I think he only got one more run remaining.
Oh, Nils has gone at Chapel.
It's an interesting one.
Very strange place to lose it. He was on for a good lap there as well.
Well, he's giving Troy a lovely tow for his lap. Two yellow flags on the track, but Troy can continue his lap. 2 more corners to negotiate. Is he going to beat the 127.0 from Volcano Master? Or is he going to stay in P2? It's going to be a 126.9, and that means pole position so far for our current championship leader.
Yeah, he's dominated so far, hasn't he, really? Him and Fruit have bossed this tier for the most part. There have been guys who've got close like Vaporizer, Volcano, but none of them have really been able to hold a candle on them. Minions up to P6 as well, we missed that one. Good lap from the Aston Martin driver. He's been fretting all week, he's not a fan of the circuit. And I think he'll be happy with P6 if it stays that way. Vaporizer at the moment on a lap, heading up towards Copse Corner. See what his split is. Heads through Maggots and Beckett's to Chapel. What's that time in line? Vaporizer, half a second up, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm on board with him as well. It's looking like a really solid lap. He's at the point now of the lap of Troy, so he needs to find a little bit more through sector 3 to get himself on pole position, but it's looking like such a good lap.
All the fingers crossed. in the Alpha Garage. What can he do? He's gone for it. He's got it. 26.8 for Vaporizer.
What a lap.
Quality stuff. Over a 10th clear of Troy 8. McLaren man will see that now. He's had the gauntlet laid down. He'll get one run at it. I'm not sure Vaporizer will get another go. He might just, if he can get in and out of the pits quickly.
On board with Rack. He is P11. The end of the straight, he is improved by almost a 10th compared to his previous lap. Can he dip into those 127? It's a good exit as well towards the old start finish straight towards Cops corner. I have a love and hate relationship with it. It's like really good to. It's really good if you get it right. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But to get it wrong, a mistake is easily made.
Yeah.
And normally it ends up in a spin if you get it wrong, or a time penalty. It's one of those two.
Right, coming through his foot to set his first classified time. No, gets a snap of oversteer. 27.8. He was going to be down maybe 27.5 before that. But he has now got a time on the board. And he's retired from the session on track, which that's a big no-no. That's going to be a penalty coming his way for next time out. Hawkey's managed to go 7th. He's got his time in as well. So that's both Aston's P6 and P7. AJ looking good as well now. 1.1 seconds clear in the first sector, now 2 seconds up through the middle sector. So on for a 28.4 at the moment, but he'll get some more time in the final sector. I would expect him to put it probably around 10 or 11. 13th. Only got himself 3/10 in the final sector.
P5.
Be happy with that, I think.
I think so as well.
See if you can translate it to race pace. That'll be that's the main challenge you'll have tonight.
We saw Volcano with some really strong race pace last week out at Austria. Unfortunately for him, he lost it through turns 7 and 8 quite early on in the session, to be honest, and yeah, that ruined his race. And it turned out it wasn't his day, but let's see if he can continue that pace onto this track. And at this stage, it's definitely looking like it. He is P3 127.0, and he has still another run to go, so let's see if he can improve.
Yeah, Troy's out on a lap as well. He's just about to start his. Vaporizer just coming through Cops now, so he's going to be pushing it, I think, to get around and have his lap started. Who are you watching at the minute, Thomas, and I'll jump on the other one.
Currently watching Para, who is going through Cops, as he's one of the first ones to come across the line and finish his qualifying session.
Oh, Troy, 2/10 up through sector 1. Alone would put him onto provisional pole. Vaporizer didn't make it round, Thomas. He's not made it round.
Oh no. Yeah, that's the issue with this very long pit lane. It's horrendous.
Vaporizer not made it round, so he's powerless to defend.
Vera completely lost it coming up, but he did improve by a 10th though. Fair play.
Nice. Troy lost a little bit of time through the middle sector and only 1.5 tenths clear. So he needs a solid final sector, otherwise he's not going to do enough to take pole off Vaporizer. Volcano, meanwhile, has gone purple through the middle sector, so keep an eye on him as well. Here comes Troy.
When he takes
He
it.
takes it. 4,000ths of a second, look at that. But here comes Volcano. He might still take it yet.
No! He has a moment and in
snap
front of him as
oversteer.
well. No way that he blew it.
I think he would have done it as well. He was so close to it. Shane, we missed that completely. Has gone into 4th place in his Alpine. Nils in P5, has P6. Who's still on the lap? AJ.
Yes, changed it. What a qualifying session this has been.
The race is anything similar. Oh, we're in for a treat.
4,000ths of a second vaporizer.
Oh.
Will be kicking himself for not making a route in time. 3,000ths actually. Well.
Ooh, even better.
Over on our screens it was 4,000 a second, but never mind.
So the Swedes dominating there.
Yeah, 100%. The qualifying results: Troy pole position, Vaporizer P2, Volcano P3, Oisin P4, News P5, Hasmania P6, Para P7, Records P8, Minions P9, Hawkey P10, Gonzo P11, FRL P12, Roy P13, AJ P14, Rack P15, JB P16, Valentine P17, Sosi P18, Matty P19, and Vemu P20. A sunny Silverstone, things you don't actually see that often.
Hey, I got very badly burnt in this summer when I was there, alright. It was deceptively warm. I lobstered myself. I look like a squash'em.
Yeah, but your English skin is not used to the sun.
Wow. Wow, are we going there?
I have to say something. To be brutally honest, I'm one of the only Dutchies that is actually capable of being in the sun. Most of my friends just get sunburned.
I wasn't burnt at Spa.
Yeah, cool point. But we had cover pretty much the whole day.
Don't give me technicalities. I don't know how you and Thomas did that though. You were walking around in hoodies all day. It was so hot.
Yeah, that means that says enough.
Ah, man, it's built different, you two.
Built different. So, formation lap time. Let's actually get the tires up on screen. A lot of hard tire runners. We've got Oisin actually going for the mediums together with Wacky Races, Minions, Gonzo, AJ and Valentine. The rest of the guys are all on the hard tire.
Yeah, I went for the mediums on Tuesday. It's probably the worst of the two to choose, but given that everyone else is on hard tyres, it might actually pay off quite well for Oisin.
Well, to be honest, we've seen so many safety cars the last couple of weeks that, like, I don't think it really matters on what tire you start on.
What do you say there? EU4 had no safety cars at all on Monday. EU3 had one on Tuesday. Last night there was a fair few. I don't know about the AM guys, but this has been the least safety cars in terms of how many have been deployed across the league this week. So
fair play.
Well,
we had no safety cars at. There was one race, not
Bahrain,
Spa
I think,
or Bahrain. Yeah, no, we've had like one or two races where there hasn't been a safety car, but Imola was loads of safety cars.
Yeah.
Austria last week was without a safety car as well. But that one had rain towards the end, so
yeah,
it was tricky.
Neutralizes everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think one of the big things we're going to have to look out for, though, with the hard runs especially, is what Troy has just done. Cold rear tyres. They won't be cold anymore.
No.
So I did that at Imola 2 weeks ago, and it helped a lot, actually, I have to say. It was great having the tyres that were that warm. Troy lining up, aiming across the grid as well. He's ready to cut off Vaporizer if he gets a better launch than him.
Oh, a few people getting disqualified.
Not lining up in the purple.
But here we're going to go. 5 red lights. I hate this. And away we go! Oh my days, that took ages. And it's chaos immediately. Is it? Huh? Wait.
But,
a safety car already?
Yeah, I think that there was some collisions on the grid for some jump starts. Unless we've got a glitch. We'll keep an eye on it.
There's no way. This game keeps surprising me every single day. There was a safety car out before the lights went out.
May well have been, but it neutralises the grid from where we are. Let's see if anybody got a good launch, because Volcano and Alshina got drive-through penalties for jump starts.
Death Storm in the chat says jinxed it. We definitely did.
Yeah,
I completely ruined it. I should have shut
blame you. Yeah, so the jump starts for those guys. What else have we got?
Matty says restart in the chat. Is that not? Probably one.
It might be. We'll see if the safety car. Oh, we've got Vaporizer who's gone off.
I think that is on purpose.
It was a weird place to go off, so maybe. Hawkey's left the session. So I hope this isn't people saying that seeing Matt put restart and then just leaving.
Yeah, everyone is leaving now. I think we're going to have a restart.
Right, I'll go and make as a lobby.
Perfect. Yeah, for everyone watching the stream right now, we will be back as soon as the lobby restarts again. We will be staying live because we don't want to miss you guys in the stream, but there won't be any commentating until we get off again. Okay, everyone, we're back. You absolutely love to see it. Dan did an amazing job setting up the lobby, inviting everyone, and getting the starting grid together. So with 30 seconds to go, the formation lap is going to start, and we can finally get this race on the way.
Yeah, boy. And the other good thing is, I've spoken to Tebow, and we might have Tass as well.
You absolutely love to see it.
Tebow's come through with the madness. That's what we love to see.
Waiting. Players. As everyone should be starting on the same tire they selected. Hopefully everyone loaded their setup, because that's something I certainly did when we had to restart the lobby. I forget to load my setup.
I definitely didn't do that either when I've had one of those restarts happen.
To be brutally honest, we shouldn't have that issue, as Codemasters just like makes a solid game, but unfortunately that's not the case. Again, we get a countdown in case people haven't done something. So we go again, 10 seconds, and hopefully that should get us on the way. It's taking ages, but we will get there. Building up tension. Yes! You should love to see. And Oisin hasn't selected the mediums. Oh no.
You've gone for the hard tyre. To be fair, it's not as if we're limited anymore by qualifying, so we might have to consult the wizard on whether or not we want to.
We will have to for this one, yeah.
Yeah. Personally, I don't think there's much of an issue, because he might not be the only one, but I don't make up the rules as much as I'd like to.
So Dan and the people in the chat, give me your podium prediction for tonight's race.
Ooh. Do you know what? I think it's going to stay as is. I think that front three will take it.
Okay.
I can't see anyone on race pace being able to challenge them, so the only reason they wouldn't get it as a trio is if they took each other out.
I sort of want to go with that as well. We're going to spice it up a little bit. I think Vaporize is going to win this one. I think Troy will finish P2, and we're gonna go Hasmania P3, just because.
Oh, he's going for it.
Yes. You have to believe in Has. I can't let my AU3 prodigy just go with that. I want him to get a good result around here.
Do you know, actually, I was just thinking about what I said. If he gets a decent race and he keeps himself in the clear, don't discount Vamo.
You know he's in P19.
I started P19 yesterday. I was in P8 by the end of the first lap. On Tuesday, rather. So
close my mouth.
Yeah.
Troy doesn't go off this time at the last corner.
He nearly did though, didn't he?
True. It was close this time. Well, people learn from their mistakes.
Alright, here we go. It's a good job these guys are the quickest. Troy lining up much straighter this time. Not worried necessarily about Vaporizer's start.
Blaze in the chat which says Volcano, Jamie and Konze. That's an interesting one.
That is a bold prediction.
If my thing can get a straight view, we've got 5 red lights. Once again we've got the glitch, it was fixed and we're good to go, and away we go for the Silverstone Grand Prix. And it's Troy with a really good start. And is Oisin trying to go around the outside of Vaporizer? Oh, Volcano making contact as well. Troy is gone.
Oh, Nils got pinched there in the middle of Volcano and O'Sheen. It looks like, relatively speaking, we're all through the first few corners unscathed.
Oh, there's someone off. That is Gonzo. Gonzo into the wall. Did he save? I think he saved it. No safety car as he can get himself on the way again. But that's such a big shame for Gonzo, and he's on the mediums as well.
Bamu fighting with his
Pera
counterpart Valentine. Oh, Pera off inside of Loffield there.
And that was together with Niels, I think.
Yeah, Nils, I'm not sure. He might have had a problem earlier on. Bamu side by side with Roy. Williams' man forced wide. And Bamu now under pressure from behind.
Troy is already gone by a second. Vaporizer needs to use a lot of his ERS if he wants to close back in within that 1 second. Volcano is within a second of Vaporizer, so if Vaporizer isn't going to get himself back in, he will be getting a visit from Volcano behind. We've got Wacky Races, Wool with tires. That is coming out of the last corner, and we've got a virtual save.
Yeah, virtual, I think. Yeah, because he's off the line. He's on the outside of the final corner. Pera, I think,
we've got
a full safety car now. Pera's retired in the pits, which I don't understand.
No, because
it's the end of lap 1, and we've now got a safety car. Why would he retire? So big winners then off that opening lap. AJ up 7 places, Saucy up 8, Matt up 8. Vamu had a very good first few corners, but fell back a little bit. He's up 4, as is Valentine. And Roik as well. And Minions up there in P5. The big losers then, Wacky Races and Pera, of course, who are out. But we've got Nils down 13 and Konzo down 6.
yeah, so Troy won't be happy with this safety car, because he was in a really good position, but unfortunately for him that gap is going to disappear. We've got Wacky Races and Pera out of this race. Wacky Races had an incident, Pera retired in the pits. In news, his race got saved together with Gonzo. They now were able to either make a pit stop or close back in. I think that is the second one, because they both haven't made a stop yet. Now, no, that is not News making his pit stop. That's his teammate Saucy into the pits. Did he have damage? He made his pit stop. Or is it because he wants to get rid of the hard tire? We missed that, but he is now onto the mediums. That is going to be a stretch. I don't know if you can make it 23 laps on the mediums. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, he gets helped a little bit by the fact that we're on the safety car condition right now, so he doesn't have to push that tire straight away. But he needs to be careful with this one if he wants to run until the end of the race. It will be the case for Troy, Vaporizer, Volcano, and Origin, and pretty much everyone on the hard tire to warm up the tires as much as possible, because those hards are going to be stone cold when the safety car gets into the pits, and they need to be really careful not to lose the car.
There's no way Saucy's making it to the end on those. No way at all. But it does mean now that he's had one pit stop and he's back in line with the rest of the pack, so he can undercut them and go back to the hards later in the race.
Poison lost the car under safety car conditions which gave Minions another position.
Making ground on those medium tyres. Of course, safety car is not ideal for any of them at this point, but the medium runners are the ones who will be most badly affected by it, because they're still going to have to stop at probably around lap somewhere between lap 10 and lap 12, and that's not because they need to get the best out of the hard tyres and they go onto them, it's because the mediums will be absolutely spent, whereas the guys on the hard tyres now will be potentially looking at stretching and going on to softs at the end of the race.
Being on the soft tyre towards the end of the race can really give you an advantage, especially around the track where you can really notice the grip.
Yeah.
You've got tracks like Monza where, yeah, you can gain a lot of time, but on tracks like this and Spa, you notice such a big difference in tyre that if these guys are going to pit for the softs, then they will definitely get ahead of the people who stop for the hard tyre. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. I'm really excited to see what Minions can do. He's now up into P4 on those Minions. Can he challenge the top 3 who have been really quick through qualifying so far? They showed some brilliant pace over the last couple of weeks. It will be a big challenge for Minions, but I don't think it's impossible.
No, I don't think so either. As long as he's keeping those tyres cool and he's not wearing them out too much, keeping them in that temperature window. If his setup's good, he's not going to overheat the tyres, so that should be fine. He's going to want to keep them in an active window so that he can take advantage of them at the restart. But as soon as those hard tyres are up to temperature, they are the preferred race tyre, and he's going to have to make his move fairly early on if he wants to make any sort of large inroad into those leaders. So as a general rule of thumb from the races we've had this week, hard tyres can go around 20 laps before they start to really drop away. Soft tyres are around 8, and the medium tyres around 10 to 12, depending on how you treat them.
So there should be enough for the people running on the hards now to go to all the softs.
Should be able to, yeah, they've looked after them.
Safety cars into the pits and Troy is gone. We've got green flag conditions once again. Vaporizer has been caught a little bit off guard, but not too much. He's 7/10 away from the McLaren in front, and we've got an overtake already before the safety car line, isn't it? Oh, Vaporizer!
Oh, we've got a massive collision there as well. That was O'Sheen and Hawkey. Hawkey came across to cover the position. O'Sheen was not there to be covered. He was already there for the overtake. I think it was an illegal overtake from Hawkey as well. But now O'Sheen is driving wingless, and he's going to have to struggle back round the track to get to the pits. But terrible restart for Vaporizer and for Hawkey there.
I warned them as well, being on those cold hard tyres, that's definitely not where you want to be. On that exit as well, Troy went, Vaporizer had to react, and he reacted a little bit too much. And that is his race over, and we've got Oisin getting back on the track. No, it is FRL who got pretty much off the track. But yeah, spread out field already.
Yeah, Minion's just within DRS range of Volcano, so he's going to have to try and push to keep that gap alive and get the DRS after the next time around. Has 2 seconds back though now, under pressure from AJ as well in P5. And then we've got a little gap back to AJ. We've got O'Sheen who's gone off at Beckett's because there's no front wing on that Alpine, so he's going to be struggling. Let's just hope he's not got any damage to the floor, side pods, or the diffuser. Or even worse still, the rear wing.
Of course, no DRS as of yet. It will be enabled after this lap.
She's gone in the pit lane. Understandable, but disappointing to see. And that goes to try and keep their racing going. Alright, so Troy then pulled 1.4 clear of Volcano in second place. Minions, those medium tyres already started to maybe drop away. He's hovering around the second mark still, but only closing back in on straight line speed.
Or you can, was on board with AJ, you can just see the understeer kicking in halfway through corps. So at the compromise is exit a little bit, but I think he is on to make a move on Hasmania. If he's not going to do it this lap, he will definitely try to do it on the next one. Hasmania needs to play it smart here, because he knows that AJ is on the medium, so he needs to think about the long game. Just let AJ go through, take use of the DRS you're going to get, and try to stretch those hards as much as possible.
Just riding on board with Minions at the moment. He had a big lock up into club, and that's not going to help that left front tyre, which is going to be screaming out now. I think we just had a small mistake from Volcano. It's allowed Minions to close back in. It's not enough for DRS.
Volcano is slowly catching Troy as well. It was 1.4, it's 1.3, now it's 1.2 a couple of corners ago. So maybe we can see Volcano getting back into that 1 second window.
They're both burning their ERS equally as well, so it's not a case of one pushing more than another. Minions is actually the best off out of this sort of lead trio at the moment, so he could afford to burn a little bit more to try and close up, but he might be saving it for when he's got to come into the pits, which won't be a million miles away, 3 or 4 laps time.
So we are going to focus on the battle once again between Hasmania and AJ, with the Red Bull really eager to get past the McLaren. He's moving a lot, you can see it when turning. With the DRS now enabled, you can see the Red Bull closing in. Is it going to be enough, or is Hasmania enough of a gap? He has enough of a gap, tighter line. And now maybe the opportunity for AJ to go down the inside, but he thinks better of it. He remains in P5 for now.
Volcano, new fastest lap of the race, taking it away from Troye. Marginally quicker that time round for the Mercedes driver.
Oh, both AlphaTauris! What is happening there? They both made contact as they were side by side through the last 2 turns. No way.
Oh, saucy.
Yeah,
saucy.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's had his penance there.
Sorry to say that, but he's an absolute idiot for trying that.
That was never going to happen.
I understand his way of thinking, because I probably would have thought the same, but then realized straight after that it wasn't going to work.
AJ managed to get back past Haas down the Wellington straight, and now the McLaren is going to be eyeing up that Red Bull down the hangar, back down to the international circuit now.
Is Hasmania gonna come straight back at the Red Bull? I think he is. He has to go the long way around, round the outside, but he gets the job done.
Conzo on Valentine as well, Thomas. That's the next one. Moves to the inside, ready for Stowe, and he's through before the braking zone.
And Valentine didn't defend that much. He left the door open on the inside. Probably coming towards the stage now where the mediums are slowly starting to drop off.
I would say those mediums are going to be they're not going to be good right now. The one piece of telemetry we've got in terms of tyre wear, that's from Matt in P7. Those hard tyres are at 30% already on his car.
That's on hards.
Yeah, so it makes you realise just how few laps the mediums can do. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the medium guys in, not this time around, but probably next.
And that with 2 laps behind the safety car as well. Let's see, AJ still very close to the back of Hasmania. We saw them swapping positions a couple of times already.
Oh, Vamu with a great move past Valentine into Cops, and we've lost Rack as well at Cops. He's spun to the infield. No damage though.
To trigger. Oh, it's not. Okay. AJ has been able to get past Hasmania.
Both running similar levels of the RS at the moment, so it's not the reason. One's not pushed too hard. Tasmania's just set his fastest lap of the race as well so far. That might be why he's managed to hold off the Red Bull.
Troy and Volcano doing exactly the same pace for a couple of laps now. Gap is still at exactly the same amount as it was after one lap.
I'm just going to ride on board with Minions. He's in a bit of no man's land at the moment. 3 seconds ahead of him is Volcano. 3.8 behind him is Has. I think we might see him pit now and potentially go for an undercut on the guys ahead of him.
He's having some solid pace as well, because he's not being put under pressure by Hasmania behind him. Unfortunately for him, he can't follow the top 2, but he's in a really good place.
He is, and that's why I'm thinking he might go for it, because he's just lost 3/10 through Maggots and Beckett's to Has, but he's not lost a lot of time ahead. He's going to go again. He's got to try and time it right, because obviously he wants to be able to make up for the disadvantage he's going to have of coming out on cold tyres, and give himself enough chance to overcome that and then put himself back in the fight. So he's got 3 seconds plus whatever he loses on his outlap.
I think AJ at this stage is just taking full advantage of getting the DRS from Hasmania. He's not making attempts to overtake the McLaren in front. He's just using the DRS to stay with the McLaren and trying to stretch those mediums. Sorry?
AJ's burning a lot of his charge though to try and stay with him, so I think he might be struggling, you know, on those tyres. Has at the moment looking at around 70% on his battery, AJ more at 30.
Yeah,
they were equal at 50 a lap ago. Yeah, I think AJ's struggling for pace. Actually, I said we might see Minions in. I think it's more likely to see AJ in first.
Oh, lovely helicopter view. Codemasters giving us this after the drama at the start. Things we love to see. Is Minions going to come in? No, he's not.
Carrying on. AJ's coming in.
Yeah. Stop just in time. Fair play.
For what is the slowest and the longest pit lane on the F1 calendar. 37 miles an hour. I think that's about what is
that's
it?
60.
60 kilometers an hour, yeah.
And normally it's 80 kilometers. I know
80 or 100.
Zen for the 60 as well.
Yeah.
But it has to do with the width of the pit lane, because it's so small. It's like dangerous if they go when they go 80 kilometers an hour through that one.
AJ out of the pit lane then. Trying to get himself up to speed, but be careful on those hard tyres, they will be icy cold. A bit of rear locking that will help to warm them up, but not quite enough. He spun it through Village. The entrance to the loop, lost a couple of seconds, no places, but in his battle with Hasmania, that has definitely put him on the back foot and probably out of the running. But these tyres will be warm now.
on the plus side.
Yeah, every cloud. Minions is now coming in, lap 12. He's held pace pretty well. He was burning.
Here comes
Let's
News.
try and stay with those leaders, but
Sorry
the
to
leaders are
interrupt.
both pushing. Yeah, go for it.
Round the outside of Valentine, easy move, job done. News up into P9, Valentine remains in P10. And he continues on, being on 11 lap old mediums.
Minions is going to come out in some clear air here, I think. He's only going to be racking anywhere near him.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Is that FRL? Yes, that is. Just before the pit entry.
Kept it running. Is he coming in as well? Yeah, he is. He's going to be coming in. That'll probably be for a set of hard tyres or a retirement.
Okay. So both Alpines
are out of the race.
Yeah, both Alpines are just giving up. Jamie just on the edge of getting DRS. Is he going to get it? No, he's not. So Matty did a brilliant job there to stay away from Jamie.
I'm just having a look at the gap.
Volcano is in
at the moment. Yes, that's very early. That is very, very early.
Does that mean he's going to go on to the mediums? Yes, it is. So he probably tries to be quicker on the mediums than Troy is on the hards. And hopefully that the mediums will be good enough when Troy gets onto the softs. That could be my only reason behind it.
I think he's going to try and two-stop and go for a set of softs.
There's no way a two-stop is going to work around here.
No, I mean, it might work from here for him on the mediums if he's got a setup that will keep him alive, but I don't think he's going to have the pace to do it.
He probably should have waited for like 1 or 2 more laps before trying this.
Yeah. He's pitted at sort of the earliest opportunity where it might work.
At least he's giving himself enough time to get in front of Troy and maybe get away by 1 second, because if Troy comes out either a little bit ahead or just behind Volcano and he is going to get DRS, it's going to be impossible for Volcano to stay in front. But if he has that 1 second gap to Troy,
he's got a chance.
Could pull it off.
Minions is now starting to close that gap back up, so he was 3.7 seconds behind when he stopped, and at the peak time loss he was 36.4 seconds behind Troy. So we're going to be looking for him to try and recoup most of that before Troy pits, which will be unlikely. I think we're going to be looking for him to probably try and get to around 30 seconds behind the leaders before Troy pits in an ideal world.
As Valentine picks up a 3-second time, but Hasmania has gone into the pits, pitted for a fresh set of mediums. He comes out behind Minions, but with a lot of clean air both in front as behind him. And the question now is, when is Troy going to make his pit stop?
Matt's hard tyres currently at around 55% wear as well, so that is a general rule of thumb from the guys who started on them. I think we may get 1 more lap out of them to lap 16 and then mediums, unless people have looked after them, and then they'll be looking to go to lap 18 or 18 to 20 for a set of soft tyres.
Jamie overtook Matty on the last lap. Is Matty going to get that position back on the DRS straight? He is closing in using a little bit of his ERS, but not too much, as he probably knew already that it wasn't going to work. Jamie's light was flashing, so he is low on ERS. And they both stay out, as I think Roy is coming into the pits, and yes he is. So we've got the net P2 or it was the P2, not the net P2, it was P2 coming into the pits. He is the first one out of the top 6 to get into the pits, and Niels is following him as well. So 2 people out of the 6 into the pits, which means we've got Troy, Jamie, Matty and Rek still having to make their first pit stop.
Minions is not gaining time back on Troy right now. He's hovering at around the 36-second mark. He's not burning any of his batteries, so he's saving that for a little bit later on when he knows he's going to have to try and push once Troy pits. But importantly, he's actually falling away from Troy at the moment. Which could mean one of two things. Either Troy is going to be stopping this time round. His pit window is open. See from his telemetry. See if he's going to be coming in now. And what tyre will it be for? Indeed he is. The McLaren dives into the pit lane. Got it slowed down. Let's see, what's he going to go for? Is he going to be bold or will he play it safe?
Safe.
Yeah, we've gone for the safe option of a set of mediums. It's fair play. To be honest, he's leading the championship. He doesn't need to try and go for something extravagant. He just needs to finish the race.
Matty into the pits as well.
Yeah, Volcano coming through Club Corner now. Will be behind Troy. But by how much? He's going to have the overspeed coming through Abbey.
Oh, that's quite a gap actually.
Yeah, Troy had some brilliant pace once the guys around him stopped. Volcano 1.3 behind, just as they were. It's 5 laps to go when it all started and everyone came into their first few stops. Volcano's close to within a second though. He's going to have DRS down the hanger straight. It's not over yet.
I think this is exactly what Volcano needed. This was probably his only option as well, to get back into that DRS. I think Troy is too strong to either make a mistake or... Oh, never mind what I was about to say, because Volcano completely ruins it himself by picking up a 3-second time penalty.
What I'm going to do now, though, is try and even it out for the sake of the viewers. Troy's just picked up his second, actually. We saw him run wide at Cops, so he's now 1-1 in a way as well. So it's not all over just yet for Volcano, but he is now in striking distance. Minions, having been 3 seconds, or 3.5, 4 seconds behind at the first round of pit stops, is now 8 seconds behind these two. So I wonder if he's got a setup that's potentially very good on the softer compounds at not overheating them, but it's not really getting the hard tyres into that working window.
And now Hasmania is smelling blood.
AJ on Matt as well, Thomas, might be worth a look as they head down the Wellington.
Very good shout. Together with Conso as well, three-way battle for P9 in this race.
Looks like Matt got a much better exit though. Those fresh medium tyres giving him the traction he needs to hold that position. Volcano within striking range, you have to say. 6.5 tenths onto the hanger straight. He's got no charge left, but neither's Troy, so
survival of the fittest.
Yeah, the two Ferraris, by the way. Are they playing safety car roulette, do you think? For a set of soft tyres? I think they are, you know.
I think they are. But the thing for them is, I think the gaps are too big to cause a safety car.
Maybe. But depends when they decide to stop, because Jamie is the one who will score points for the tier, and in the well, in both championships actually. Vamu, of course, a Red Bull driver in AM2. So Jamie will probably have priority, and he is ahead. Let's see what happens. Has on rack into Brooklands. McLaren on the outside swoops round and through into P6. And will now go and chase after Minions, who is 9 seconds behind the battle for what will be the lead and the race win.
Something must have happened to Minions.
He's not comfortable on those tyres, which is a surprise, because everyone I've spoken to so far who's raced has said that the hard tyre is what you want to be on, and I would agree. It's what I prefer to be on as well. The mediums were great for maybe 2 or 3 laps, as Jamie does now come into the pits from what is the lead.
Vamu is following.
Stacked stop for Ferrari. This is not going to go well.
We will go on board and see, because a Ferrari pit stop is definitely something you don't want to miss.
Don't hurt me like that, man.
Yep, and there we see it. A little bit of a... Ah, it's not too bad actually.
Yeah,
it was
2
okay.
seconds lost. Which...
Oh, we've got Hasmania. No, not Has. We lost it coming out the last corner, and now he's dropped down to P8. Things you don't love to see.
Jamie out of the pit lane. Is he going to get in ahead of Has? He's going to try and stay. He's going to keep it, but Housley's going to have DRS, and I would imagine we'll take that position fairly comfortably. Look at the difference there. Those 2 guys, there was 5 seconds between them, maybe 2 seconds lost for Vamu in the pit stop, and it's 5 places between them now.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's... yeah.
I know we keep mentioning it, but look at Minions, he's dropped another second in 2 laps.
Yeah, where...
to those leaders.
Where on what... It's... yeah, it's weird though, because he was on the softer tyre in the first stint, which probably helped him the first couple of laps, but after that he pretty much remained pace, and it was around that 3-second mark. Then he pitted for the hards, they pitted for mediums, and now they're putting away like no tomorrow.
He was losing time when his hard tyres were fresh as well. So he was actually quicker on worn mediums than he was on fresh hards.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Which is really surprising. The thing is, we're saying that as if it's a bad thing what he's doing. He's still on for a podium.
Oh yeah.
And you know, having started, having started 9th, it's not a bad result. Rack in P4 as well. He's definitely playing safety car roulette.
Oh, 20 lap old hards. And he is forming a nice little train behind him in well, probably half a lap.
Roy's the one at the moment. Jamie is going to be the man on the charge. Could be looking at a P4 for him. I don't think he's going to have the time quite to be able to catch Minions and aim for a podium. But again, Jamie, he did this last week, didn't he? He just kept himself to himself, stayed out of trouble. He's going to get a good break result from it.
Is Jamie going to be able to maybe get a P3? I don't think he can. I think that gap is a little bit too big.
Mania for 3 seconds. We'll have a look and see how many drivers we've got on the edge with penalties. There's going to be quite a few, I think. So Troye 1 warning away, Minions 1 warning away. Same for Rack. Roy and Jamie 1 warning each. Has just picked up his 3rd. We've got Matt, AJ, Konzo and Vamu on 1 warning each. Nils is 1 warning away from a penalty, and Valentine has picked up a penalty. So I think maybe if Minions picks up a penalty and Jamie can keep it clean, there might be a chance at a podium. but there's no pressure on minions right now to
No,
make that mistake. So
he only has to focus on keeping the gap at a 3-second minimal to give himself room for an error, and he's good to go. But at this stage, Jamie is not going to get past Roy. We'll have to wait until, is it Hangar straight?
yeah, Hangar straight.
So, was it because you've got Wellington straight as well, but that's now Sir Lewis Hamilton straight.
No, the Hangar straight is what Jamie and Roy are on now, so that's the old one. And the original hangar is actually still there on the left-hand side, on the outside of the track. The Sir Lewis Hamilton straight is the start-finish straight, so between the final corner and turn 1.
Okay.
And then the Wellington straight is the first DRS.
DRS, yes.
Yeah.
Jamie hasn't been able to get past the Williams in front. Is he going to do it on the Wellington straight?
I think so.
Yeah, he's very close this time round. Yeah. Job done by Jamie. He is now up into P4. Roy drops down to P5. Can he stick to the Ferrari in front, gain a little bit of the DRS, and maybe try to get back at Jamie when those softs start to drop off?
Jamie runs wide there. That could be his second warning. Indeed, no, Roy behind him has picked up his second warning now.
I think Roy is going to come back straight at him, and yes, he is. So the Williams back up into P4. We're getting a lovely battle here for P4 in this race. We can't complain.
Volcano's keeping Troy honest at the moment. He's still in DRS range. We might see him move.
It's such a shame. Yes, that penalty.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as commentators, we have to be neutral.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think for the show, what we could do now is try just having a moment, picking up another warning.
Yeah, we don't wish he has a moment. We just hope. No. We just, it will be good for the show.
It would be good for the show. As Rack has just taken the fastest lap, but he's currently in P12, so no bonus points going anywhere at the moment.
Look at Roy and Jamie, they're so close together. Is Roy going to? No way. Wow, I thought he was going to make a move going into Maggots and Beckett's, but he thought better of it. He's just going to wait until Hangar stray and then doing exactly the same move like he did a lap ago.
He ran a little bit deep, didn't he, at Chapel, and he's still going to have the overspeed. Look at that.
Ooh,
Jamie's going to have the inside. Those soft tyres, are they still going to be...
Switch back.
Oh! Who's going to get it on the brakes? Jamie's going to have the inside.
Whoa.
Elbows out. Jamie now will be pushing to try and break that DRS gap. Oh! Inside of Abbey.
He will be very frustrated about picking up that penalty. Probably wanted to make up the lost time and picked up a warning in the process.
Yeah, these guys now forming a train as well. Has, Matt, AJ have all joined the fight.
Matty is in the prime position to take 2 positions. He hasn't picked up a penalty and 2 guys in front of him did. So he will gain 2 positions if it stands like this.
Well, yeah, he's not even got he's not even close to a penalty yet. He's got a few warnings to play with. Vamu right in the gearbox of Konzo though.
Yeah, well,
In
we're
fact, he's gone
watching.
through. I think that's smart from Konzo though. He's allowed Vamu through, but the Mercedes driver is now going to get DRS.
Here comes Roy. He gets the job done on Jamie. While we're focusing on this battle, the two leaders have started the final lap of this race, so keep an eye out for those two. As Volcano is maybe
he spun! He spun it! Volcano spun it! He was pushing to try and get every inch he could closer to Troy into Farm and Village, and he spun it. And that, I think, is going to be, barring some tragedy for the McLaren, that's going to be game over.
Is Jamie going to make the move already, or is he going to wait for the second DRS straight? I think he didn't have an option there, he just had to wait as he was too far away from the Williams in front. Can Hasmania do something? Can Matty maybe do something, or AJ?
Jamie's going to have to try and push, but he's not got a lot of battery left to do it with. Roy's got a fair chunk of charge left to defend with, to deploy.
We have to switch to Troy though, as hopefully he gets in time so we can watch the overtake as well. Congratulations to Troy, what a brilliant race, and he takes victory here in Britain. But we have to focus on the battle for P4, as Roy will probably remain in P4, Jamie remains P5. Or is Hasmania going to do something? He's very close to the back of Jamie. Is he going to go for the move down the inside? Yes, he is. Is this going to cause drama? No, it's not, because Jamie stays in front. So it will be Jamie P5. Hasmania is going to drop a position. And Roy as well. So Matty takes P5.
Yay!
AJ P6. Roy P7. Hasmania P8. Vemu P9. Konzo P10. News P11. Rek is going to finish P12, and we're waiting for Valentine to come across the line in P13. But Matty has made up for yesterday's race, and he will be happy with a P5.
Yeah, he said that's what he wanted to do. He said he wanted to make up for yesterday's performance. He's certainly done that.
Samuel, your driver of the day. Well, to be brutally honest, then you said it. Watch out for Venom.
Yeah, I think I'll be honest, I think if he'd been in the lead Ferrari at that set of pit stops, we might have seen him push on and potentially go for the podium. But of course, that wouldn't have helped Ferrari at all. And Jamie being in the more advanced position is definitely what they prefer. He's the one who will be scoring points.
So, very well done by Troy as he takes victory in this race. And we've got Volcano and Minions joining him on the podium. Good race by Volcano. He did everything he could to take the P1. He didn't get help by that penalty he picked up, and that's on the last lap was just him pushing a little bit too much. So here we've got the final standings in this race. Troy taking the victory with P1, Volcano P2, Minions P3, Jamie P4, Matty P5, AJ P6, Roy P7, Hasmania P8, Vemu P9 and Konzo P10. News P11, Rek P12, Valentine P13, FRL P14, Oise P15, Hawkey P16, Vaporize P17, Macerace P18, Para P19 and Saucy P20 as he got disqualified.
It's a Scandinavian domination, isn't it? Sweden and Denmark at the top of the standings.
Yeah, although I doubt if Troy is Swedish.
No, I don't think he is, but
it's fun.
So
it looks nice.
Representing.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair,
Yeah,
I'd say that I've got Norway on mine.
things you love to see. Yeah, we're not going to do any interviews as it's already very late and I have to wake up very early, so I'm sorry for that one. But then I want to thank you for replacing Lewis and joining me in the commentary box. It was an absolute pleasure.
As always, pleasure's all mine.
If you don't want to miss Danny racing on track or commentating again, if you really enjoyed it, make sure you tune in Monday for AU4 commentating, or on the Tuesday to see Danny racing in AU3. For now,
the commentary will be average. The racing will be terrible.
so you can decide which one you prefer. No, but we will be back next week, of course, with racing around Monaco. I won't be there on the first day as I've got a concert, which really is a shame because I wanted to commentate around Monaco. But Lewis will be back for that one. So yeah, it should be a good one nonetheless. I want to thank you all for tuning in. We had pretty much 20 people all race long, so that is a new record this season. We keep breaking records along the way. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Congratulations once again on the podium finish. And as I always say, have a good one, stay safe, and goodbye.